Yep, should be working. Okay, so welcome back, guys. We're doing another stream of the Frost Ring Arena. This time we're playing a deck by Nico Sharp. I actually found it on HexTCG browser by player Nikon. I think he's also in our. I think he's probably in the Cornerstone Guild as well, because he says in his notes that the credits go to Nico Sharp. So I think he adapted it slightly. I'll pull up the deck for you guys so we can have a quick look. Let's see if I have it here. Yep, we do. So this is basically it's a Blood Diamond deck. We're not splashing anything, and the whole idea is it's called Vampire Royalty. I don't know if that was Nico's name or if Nikon gave it that name. But the idea of it is basically we have our whole vampire selection. We got the vampire princesses, the vampire prince. We don't have the vampire queen because she doesn't play too nicely with our other cards and equipment. But we do have the vampire king, a set one chase legendary. I remember these going for like $40 or something. So I was really very thrilled to get my hands on them back at that time. So basically what the idea is of this deck, as far as I can tell, because I haven't played it yet, is to use our equipment on the Vampire Princess, as well as on the Royal Storks, to basically reduce the costs of our Vampire Royalty and get them into play. And then as soon as they are into play, or if they die, should they die, we can use our champ power, Bishop Elijah, to bring them back. Because as you see, his power is for a diamond threshold, and for cost you can put target troop, or for charges you could put target troop with cost 2 or less from your crypt into your hand, which is pretty powerful. Of course these troops normally don't cost 2 or less, but we have the Royal Stork that was from the Kismet's packs, you know, the Kismet's Reverie packs, was the rare in there, and it has this the Royal Crib equipment, which goes into the trinket slot, which says your Royal Storks have your princes in all zones have cost -2, and your princesses in all zones have cost 2 as well. So that's really cool. So yeah, let's see how it works. Let's see how it plays. We'll go ahead and save that, and we'll launch the Frost Ring Arena. Alright, so let's see. We'll play we'll go all the way down. Frost Ring Arena. Where is it? Vampire Royalty. There we go. Alright, challenge. Now, obviously, we're going to skip tier 1 again because we've already beaten the Frost Ring Arena yesterday, so we're feeling quite confident. And also, you know, I mean, you can basically only lose there. If you win, you don't really win that much. There's not a big payoff. And if you lose one of your lives, let's say. And we might need those later on. I'm not sure how strong this deck is. But it probably will be pretty strong, so I'm hoping we're doing another perfect clear. But let's skip it anyway. Yep, we will skip the first tier, and then we'll jump right in. We have Mesa Caretaker. Alright, bring it on, Mesa. Alrighty. Everything's going well, I think so. Well, in that case, we're gonna check what Mesa. Do we keep our hand? Let's first have a look at what Mesa Caretaker does. So Mesa Caretaker has 23 health. He has a charge power that costs 4 charges. He needs to have a diamond, sapphire, and wild shard, or threshold, I should say. And then for 4 charges, he can conscript a troop, an ardent troop. While you have 5 or more ardent troops in your crypt, troops you control have spell shield. Alright, so if he fills up his crypt with ardent troops, it's going to be quite difficult to remove them, or at least not without combat damage. So, and his charge, his special power, or his passive power, yeah, that was the spell shield for his troops if he has more than 5 ardent troops in his crypt. Alright, well, now that we know all that, I don't think we're gonna keep this hand. We only have one blood shard, which is not enough. We want at least two. So we're gonna go ahead and throw this hand back and see what we get. Alright, so now we have a blood shard, we have a well. So again, like I already said yesterday in the other in coach's deck, when we were playing coach's deck, with these things you gotta watch out, because they will only give you a threshold if you already have a threshold. So if you have a blood or diamond threshold, you can choose another blood or another diamond threshold. But if you have none, like we do right now, you will only gain the charge and the resource. So let's not play that out first. But I think we can keep this. We have those two shards. We've got some card draw in the form of the Cerebral Jackheads. We got the Spectral Acorn, which we always play it out first to see what we get. Maybe that influences our decision making. And then we have the Lady Cassandra, which was a Kickstarter card, I believe. I bought it later on. I didn't Kickstart, unfortunately. Which has basically, it gets +2/+2 for each king, queen, prince, or princess you control. And it has both a minor and a major gem, which we've socketed with the Flight and Swift Strike gem and the Speed gem. And lastly, we have Her Majesty Queen Grace, which is a unique human queen, and you can exhaust it to either give -1 cost to target human you control or in your hand, or you can give invincible to target king, prince, or princess. So that plays really well with our other cards. So that's nice. Yeah, we're gonna keep our hand and let's see what happens. Take it away, Mesa. Alright, we'll just F10 because we can't do anything anyway. And then here we go. Alright, so let's play out our Spectral Acorn first. For the uninitiated, a Spectral Acorn is it's kind of like it's a card that's being created by a Spectral Oak, which was one of the Kickstarter benefits. And when it deploys, it draws a card. So you can basically thin out your deck with these cards. So instead of playing 60 cards, we're really playing 56 cards. So that's a great upside. And the crazy upside is that you can pop it or turn it sideways, and then you'll gain 3 temporary resources. You gain 3 resources of the same threshold, or 3 thresholds of the same color, let's say, and then you put it into your hand. But the Spectral Acorn gets killed or gets destroyed this way and gets transformed into a Mystic Squirrel. Which you might remember from yesterday. We had a few of them in the last tier because we popped our acorns. And the Mystic Scrolls is a 3/1 that says deploy, create a random rare or legendary that you meet the threshold requirements to play, and put it into your hand. It's not a great card. I mean, it can be all over the place. Yeah, so that's not it's not a great card, the scroll, but the acorn is. All right, so. What did we get? We get a Spirit of Retribution. This was originally not in the deck list, but there were some Princess Corys in there, which is also a Kickstarter reward that I don't have. So I decided to take our MVP from yesterday, the Spirit of Retribution, and put 2 of those in. The reason why they are so good is that they have this little line, which is due to the equipment. Or it says, when an opposing troop attacks, if this is in your hand, you may put this into play, which is really, really, really strong, because it means you can catch the opponents off guard. They'll attack into you, and then you just kill them. Alright, so that's that. I think we're just going to play out our Diamond Shard. Again, we cannot play the Well yet, because we will lose out on our opportunities to get the Threshold, and we do need those. So we'll just play out our Diamond and pass the turn. What did he do? Alright, so I think our opponent played Battle Preparations, which is conscript an Ardent Troop with cost 1. The created card gets +2/+2. Conscript just means create, basically. Alright, there we go. So, what do we want to do now? I think we're gonna play out Her Majesty Queen Grace, because as you remember, her first options is to put her sideways and give -1 to target human you control. And the human that we do control that is pretty good is the Lady Cassandra. So if we play this out on turn 2, which is it now, we can play out Lady Cassandra on turn 3, which I think is a good move. So let's make this. Let's do the blood shard here, and that way, if we and I shouldn't have F10 there. That is really silly of me. Let's hope we get away with it. The reason I played the blood shard there is that if should we get a diamond shard this turn, then we wouldn't have. Then we would have made a blood with the well. We don't. So, and our opponent plays a Life Weaver Shaman, which is a Coyotl Cleric. If you gain health, gain that much +1 instead. Alright. Alright, so this is what he conscripted. Yeah, so I think we're just gonna stick to the plan and just play out our Majesty, our Majesty Queen Grace here. Yeah, that's what we'll do. And then yeah, we'll play this out for diamond. We're gonna need the diamond anyway, so why not? And then we'll pass the turn. Alrighty. Mesa Caretaker, what are you doing? He's activating his charge power. Alright, so he's paying 4 charges to conscript an Ardent Troop. Let's see what he gets. Oh no, he's not putting it into play, so is he gonna put it into play? I don't think so. But now he's setting himself up for some pain, because he just activated our Spirit of Retribution. Get in there, Spirit. Alright, so now we can declare defense, and we're gonna kill one of his guys. Oh, that's silly of me. So yesterday we had a second piece of equipment which gave +2 attack to our Spirit of Retribution. I was not very aware of the fact that it was the equipment that gave the +2. So now we can only block, we can't kill anything. Which is, you know, makes it a bit different. But, well, at least we won't take any damage. In that case, seeing as we can't kill anything, we'll just block his guys so that we don't take any damage. And our opponent, the Mesa Caretaker, plays a Call of the Deepwood, which is a basic action, 4 cost. It says choose one, conscript an Ardent Troop with cost 5 and put it into play, or conscript an Underworld Troop with cost 5 and put it into play. Those of you playing Limited, you remember this guy from last set. Alright, he's getting a Dawn Mesa Duo. So this is a Diamond Troop originally, but that is what's conscripted by a wild card. It is now a wild card, and it says mobilize. So mobilize is exhaust a troop you control, and you get to pay 2 less for the card. So it would be 3 in this case, which didn't really help him because obviously he just put it into play. And then it has Life Drain, and the deploy effect is create a Valor for each exhausted troop you control and put them into your hand. For those who don't know, a Valor is a basic action which gives +1/+1 and Valorous, the keyword Valorous, to a troop. The keyword itself doesn't do anything, but it might be referenced by other cards or abilities or powers. Alright, we'll pass the turn, and now it's our turn. Alright, so we're gonna play out our well, we don't really need the Diamond Shard. We have another rare resource, a rare shard, which is called Star Sphere. It's from Armies of Myth, and it gives you a permanent and a temporary resource. It gives you a charge, but instead of giving a threshold, it says look at a random card in your deck. You may put that card on top of your deck. So I think we might do that because we don't need any thresholds right now, and I would like to choose a card to put on top of our deck. Yeah, hell yeah. A Vampire Princess, one of my most prized possessions. We will definitely put this on top of our deck. I can shortly wait to play that. Alright, so in that case we have 4 thresholds open. We have our Majesty Queen Grace here, which can give -1 cost to a target human. We have 1 human. But that won't help us that much because then it will cost 3 and we will have 1 resource open, which we can't really do anything with. So I think we'll just contract kill the Dawn Mesa Duo because we don't really want a life drain troop that can kill our guys. So let's finish him off, or her off I should say, or them off, it's a duo after all. And then we'll play the Lady Cassandra. And then we'll just attack. Bam. And Lady Cassandra can attack right away because we gave her the speed gem. So it looks like we're gonna be able to just, well, let's see what he does this turn. But if nothing really changes, we can just raise him. Alright, so there's our beautiful vampire princess that we cannot play out, unfortunately, because we don't have the double blood resources, or threshold. I think we're gonna play out our cerebral jackhat and then see if we can get a threshold to play our vampire princess. Because I love the vampire princess. Alright, so yay, there we go, bam, and a vampire prince. What else would we want? So we'll get rid of the cerebral jackhat because I think this game is not gonna take that much longer. And that way we can just play out our other cards that we prefer. We already have card draw because we have a cerebral jackhat in play. So let's just play our vampire princess and attack again. Attack with our Lady Cassandra and our Spirit of Retribution. Yeah, he's going down. Alright, and you've noticed that the Spirit of Retribution gets reset after we've attacked. That's because it says when you are dealt damage, so the opponent dealt damage to his last turn, this gets +1 attack. And when this deals damage, revert it. So each time we deal damage with it, it goes back to a 0-4. But that's okay. So this is a Thunderfield Elder, a 3-cost 3-2, which has a Prophecy deploy. The next action in your deck gets when you play this copy it. So Prophecy has to do with the cards that are still in your deck. It's a cool mechanic. So the next action or the next troop will get something, you know. Really nice effect if you ask me. Alright, he's gonna attack with this Protectorate Sorcerer. We didn't even really see what it does, but now we know. When this attacks, exhaust target opposing troop. Alright, so what is it gonna exhaust? It's gonna exhaust our Majesty Queen Grace. So we might as well exhaust it ourselves and give Invincible to our princess. Because that way, we can block it. They cannot kill it. He could bounce it if he has something in hand, but I don't think he does. So he could bounce it, but this way we'll gain some life and he won't be able to do any damage. So that was pretty good. And he has an Ancestor's Chosen, alright, which is a Sapphire card, so I'm wondering why it's a diamond right now. Yeah, we'll let it resolve, we cannot really do anything anyway, so... And he also plays a Stargazer, alright. Stargazer is a 1-cost 1-1 that has Diamond Threshold 1-cost exhaust to gain 2 health, or a Sapphire Threshold 1-cost exhaust to draw a card, then choose and discard a card. So, it's okay, it's an okay card. We'll end the opponent's turn, and now, can we kill him? Yeah, we can just kill him. We're just gonna outright kill him. We're not even gonna play out any troops. We've got more than enough damage on board. Bam! Alright! This is going well, guys. First game is down. I can feel it in my bones. We're gonna have a good run. I think we have a great deck so far, so yeah, should be good. Alright, we're gonna play the Tormented Locksmith. Tormented Locksmith. Give us all you got, man. So again, we're playing a deck by Nico Sharp. It's called the Vampire Royalty, or at least that's the name Nikon gave it. That's another player that slightly adapted the list, I think, and put it on HexTCG browser, so that's where we got it from. So thank you to both you guys. What does Tormented Locksmith do? So it has a basic, so basic means that he can only do it on his turn. Basic charge power, which he needs to have a Sapphire Threshold, and for 2 charges, you can pay 2 charges to do the following. Target troop you control gets unblockable this turn. When a troop you control readies, draw a card. Alright. And then I guess the passive power is when you play a Chaos Key, he needs to have 5 Sapphire Thresholds. When you play a Chaos Key, you transform into Unlocked Aberration. I think we don't even want to know what that is. Alright, so both of them were passives. When a troop you control readies, draw a card is a passive, and the when you play a Chaos Key, you transform into Unlocked Aberration is a passive as well. Shall we have a quick glimpse at what Unlocked Aberration is? Oh geez, it's a Chaos Touched card. It says unblockable, and while you have more cards in hand than each opposing champion, this has +7/+7. All right, so let's not let him get to that point. We're just gonna go first and make sure we kill him before he plays a Chaos Key. So what did we get? We have a Diamond Shard, we've a Star Sphere, got a Contract Killing, some removal, which is handy. Cerebral Jackhat, that's our card draw. You remember it deploys and adds 3 energy counters to this, and then you can choose to remove an energy counter from this. You draw 2 cards, and then you can choose and discard a card, which is really a great card, a great way of card advantage. We got our Lady Cassandra, Her Majesty Queen Grace, and we have a Vampire Prince. So this does it's a 2/1 flyer. It costs double blood thresholds. It has life drain and flight. And when this deals damage to a champion, bury the top card of their deck. If you bury the resource this way, transform the buried card into a Bloodstone and put it into your hand. A Bloodstone is a resource which gives you a permanent and a temporary resource, and it gives you a blood threshold. It gains you a charge, and it deals 1 damage to each opposing champion for each vampire you control. And you gain health for each damage dealt this way. So if you have a couple of vampires in play, and you play a Bloodstone, it can easily add up to quite a bit of damage. Okay, I think this is. Are we gonna play this? I think we're gonna play this. I mean, we don't have any blood thresholds, but we can play out the Cerebral Jackhat to see if we can get some blood shards, and we have Her Majesty Queen Grace that we can play out. So let's give it a shot. Alright, what does Hogarth say? How do you care for my frozen arena? Allow me to give things a smooth new coat of reflective sheen. The ice is so nice, you will be seeing things twice. Alright, I think that's a threat. Ah, there we go, the Locket of Reflection. So this is a Scars of War rare. It's an artifact. Forecast says, when you play a non-resource card, if you have exactly 1 card with the same name in your deck, play that card for free. So here you can play the card for free if you're playing one and you have another one in your deck, but it needs to be exactly 1. What do we have 2 of? I think we have 2 Lady Cassandras. So if we play the Lady Cassandra, I think we're getting a second one. So that's pretty good. Let's play out our Diamond Shard. We're gonna need a Diamond Threshold anyway, so and we'll pass the turn. All right, everything going well here? I think so. Yep. Hey, we got a viewer. Hi, viewer. All right. Ooh, straight away with the Locket action. Okay. He's playing out Cerulean Sage. So this is a 1 cost 0/3, but it has Diligence, so Diligence when it readies. This gets +2 attack and flight until the start of your next turn. But then if he attacks again, he will get it again the next turn, and the next turn, and the next turn. So if this gets to ready once, it can basically keep on attacking until you have a flyer to deal with it. And he's got 2 of them right now, so that's not great. Yes, we needed that, so that's great. So we'll play out our Blood Shard. And then what do we do? I mean, we cannot kill off one of his Cerulean Sages if we block with Her Majesty Queen Grace. So that won't get us very far. I think we might as well play the Cerebral Jackhat and see what we get. And then we might even use our Contract Killing on one of his goons over there. All right, so we have another Contract Killing. So in that case, I think we're gonna do that. I don't have the equipment on them right now that makes them into quick actions. But I do have the equipment that says gain 1 temporary resource. And as it does 2 damage to you at the start of your turn, I think I will just kill one of his guys right away. We won't be able to use the temporary resource, but I think this is the best course of action because I don't really want to be up against his flyers really quickly. Because Vampire Prince won't be able to profitably trade with it, and Lady Cassandra will take a little while before we have it up in the air. So, oh jeez, his whole deck is 2 ofs. So what did he play now? He played a 1/1 for 2 flyer. When you play in action, this gets +1 attack, and that's not this turn. That's temporary. So, or excuse me, not temporary, but for forever, permanent. So, so yeah, that can get out of hand, especially now that he has 2. So if he plays 1 action, why did he not attack with this Cerulean Sage? So that's crazy. He should have attacked with this Cerulean Sage in order to have it ready the next turn and then become a 2/3 flyer. But hey, fine with us, I guess. So we'll play out our... No, we're not going to play out our Star Sphere because we really need some more thresholds. We need double blood for our Vampire King and our Vampire Prince. And we need double blood for our Lady Cassandra. So let's see what we get. Kijk, this is what we want. Alright, perfect. So now okay, so what are we doing? Do we throw away our resource? Or do we throw away Her Majesty Queen Grace? I think we're gonna... no, maybe we actually play... No. We're gonna... Yeah, we're gonna throw away Her Majesty Queen Grace. We're gonna play out our diamond, or our blood shard. And then we're gonna play Vampire Princess, because Vampire Princess makes our Vampire Kings cost only 1, which is obviously great. I think we're holding on to our contract killing a little longer, because it's only been turn 2 for him. So let's see what other scary stuff he's playing. All right, what is he doing? What is he doing? Why is he not attacking with... Oh, well, it makes sense that he's not attacking, actually. He could have attacked with the Cerulean Sage, but he chose not to. Uh-oh, he's playing a Chaos Key. But does he have 5 Sapphire Thresholds? No, he doesn't. He only has 3, so we don't need to be that worried about it. But things are coming, so we need to... can't really doze off here. Alright, so we got the Royal Stork. This was the rare from the Kismet's Reverie pack. The previous packs that they were selling in the shop, PvE packs, and we put the equipment on it that says your princes in all zones have cost -2, and your princesses in all zones have cost -2 as well. So now what do we do? If we play this, our Vampire Prince will be free. Yeah, I think that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna play out our Star Sphere. Let's see if we can put something nice on top. Sure, we'll have another Vampire Princess. Yep, yes please. We got all the princesses. This is really becoming a Vampire Royalty party. So we'll play out our Royal Stork, which means our Vampire Prince becomes 0. We'll play out that one, and then we can also play out our Vampire King. So now we have we've got the full family together. Everybody's feeling irie. We could even bring back our Majesty Queen of Grace, but why would we? Let's just wait and see if they kill one of our stronger guys, and then we can just bring those back. So yeah, we're attacking with Vampire Princess. Vampire Princess, I'm kind of assuming that everybody is intimate with her, but maybe you're not. And in that case, this is the text: Life Drain and Flight, a 2/3 flyer. When this deals damage to an opposing champion, reveal a random card from their hand. If the revealed card is an action, transform it into a vampire kiss and put it into your hand. So that's really good, because a Vampire Kiss is a 3-cost quick action that does 2 damage to target champion or troop, and it has Life Drain. On top of all that, it has... at the start of the game, if this is in your hand, so the Vampire Princess, this gets once per turn, pay 0, and Vampire Kisses in your hand gets cost -3 this turn. So if this card is in your hand to begin with, when you start the game, and you manage to get one of those Vampire Kisses, you can pay 0, so you can just you can pay 0 to make it cost -3, so they will be free to play, which is obviously very good. We didn't get that though. We hit another Chaos Key. So he knows he has a Chaos Key in his hands, so he only needs 2 more Sapphire Thresholds, and then he will turn into this aberration. So what are we doing here? I don't think we're doing anything, we're just gonna skip the turn. Alright, so now we've got A rare from this set, from Frostheart, Tongue Breeder. Real piece of work there. That's a disgusting cat lady. Um, it's a 1/4 for 3, Chaos Touched, and it says deploy. Each opposing champion summons a Chaos Tongue. So that's for us. We are the opposing champion, obviously. So we get a 1/1 unblockable, which is summoned for us. So we don't need to bring it into play. But at the start of your turn, draw a card. So each turn that we let this live, our opponent draws a card. And because of the Locket of Reflection, they get 2 of them, so that's not really great. We do get 2 Chaos Tongue as well, which is nice. But I think we need to make sure that this game doesn't go on for too long. Thankfully, to that end, we do have quite a lot of flight power. So we got 2 unblockables, and we have 9 damage in the air. Which they really can't really kill off. Well, they can with their Eldritch Thunderbirds. They can either kill the Vampire Prince or the Royal Stork. This one. So let's do the following. Let's kill off one of his. Because I mean, we're gonna finish this real quickly. So we're not really that worried about his card draw. So we're gonna kill off one of his Eldritch. So now he can only kill off Vampire Princes, which he will definitely do. But then we have another Vampire Princess to follow up with. So, sure, go for it. Yeah, he still has that Chaos Key, and he has a Sapphire Shard, so we know that it's gonna... Okay, now we get... So we know that he's gonna be able to play the Sapphire Shard next turn, and then he will turn into this to this other champion. We get a prompt now, a card in your hand, so this is Ink-Heart Infuser. So we summoned a 1-cost troop called Ink-Heart Infuser. That is because of the Royal Stork. It reads, when this deals damage to a champion, summon a random troop with cost 1, then summon a copy of it. So those are these 2. And they want us to choose a card in your hand, and its thresholds become blood. And that's actually pretty good, because our Lady Cassandra is double diamond, and we only have 1 diamond. So in case we don't draw a diamond card, we can just... well, we don't need to worry about it anymore. Why did that not work? Don't think that worked. Oh well. What are we doing? We're playing our Vampire Princess, yes. And then we are... Can we play our Cassandra? Ah, so it's like a visual bug, because... that was like a visual bug, because obviously we do have... we just gave it blood thresholds instead of diamond, and we don't have the required diamond threshold, so apparently it's not updating that as a visual thing, but it is actually working. So 2 things that I should have thought of. First of all, Lady Cassandra is unique. Ah, now we see it. Now we see it as a blood card. So first of all, Lady Cassandra is unique. So Locket of Reflection draws us our 2nd copy that we have in the deck, which automatically gets discarded because it's a unique troop, so there can only be 1 in play at the same time. And on the other hand, Lady Cassandra is a speed troop, so we would have preferred, I guess, to play it on the next turn, so that we have the advantage of surprise. That being said, I think we're okay. We could bring back our Vampire Prince, but to be honest, I think we're just gonna kill him next turn, so no need. It's a bit cocky perhaps to think that way, but let's hope we don't get punished for it. Alright, so here's the Chaos Key. Oh no, he's just using the Chaos Key he already had to get rid of our Lady Cassandra. That's fine with us, because that means he's spending all his resources to get rid of one of our troops, but we have multiple troops in play. We don't get to kill him, unfortunately, because we didn't play our Vampire Prince last turn. So that's why you should never think you're too good to put a troop into play if you can. All right, so we're just gonna attack. I think. No, let's get rid of one. Excuse me. What is doing this? Oh wow, that's great. Okay, so we have another contract killing in our deck. which means that we get to play 2 of them. So we'll kill both of his tongue breathers. Great, that's lovely. Then we'll attack with the pack because he cannot kill anything, and we'll just kill him. What's up? All right, 2-0. Bam. We didn't give him the chance to transform, which I think is good. What does Hogart say? Now, that's how you conquer a challenge. As a reward for your next boss fight, you will start the game with 5 extra health. I'll use it in good health. All right, so let's see what we get. Avalanche Giant. All right, bring it on, Avalanche. We're gonna whoop your ass. Ain't that right? All right, is everything going well here? Yeah, I think it is. All right, great. So let's see where we are. Avalanche Giant. What do you do? It's a 23 health champion. It needs a wild and a ruby threshold, and it can pay 2 charges to activate its charge power, which says target troop you control gets +2/+2 this turn. Okay. And then the passive, yes, it's the passive. When a troop deals damage to a champion, that troop gets +1/+1. All right. So in these kinds of with a buff like that, it's vital to get in there really quickly. You know, play a troop on turn 1, play a troop on turn 2, play a troop on turn 3, so that you get to connect with the champion and get to buff your whole team. So that being said, we need to. So our opponent is playing first, so that's already a disadvantage. So now we need to check if we can play with this hand, because it's not very fast, as you can see. We have 3 shards, which is fine, I guess. We have a spectral acorn, which is also fine, but then we have 3 cost troops. Whereas I'd really love to see a lower cost of troop. Hey cat. Hello cat. All right, so yeah, I think we're gonna have to replace this. Yeah, we're gonna replace it. All right, what do we have now? I think this is better. We now have some card draw. We have 3 shards still. We have a spectral acorn, and we have a vampire prince. So at least we have something that can connect with our with the avalanche giant, hopefully, and start buffing it. So we'll keep the hand. And we'll pass the turn, because there's nothing we can do. Yeah, you see, so he's got a baby yeti, which is a 1/1 speed troop, which is right away is a 2/2, and then next turn we won't be able to block it either, so it's going to be a 3/3. Well, you get the idea. It gets out of hand really quickly. So let's play a blood shard, because our vampire prince is a double blood threshold, and it would be silly not to be able to play that on turn 2. Alright, so what are we doing here? He's got a Quash Rich Tusker, really good card, Armies of Myth. Oh, excuse me. It's a 0/1 for 1 with Rage 1, which is all fine, but the real strength is the cardboard, is the text. It says the text box. It says when this attacks, another target attacking troop gets plus attack equal to this troop's attack this turn. So if this is like a 3/1 after 3 attacks, it can give +3 attack to another troop that is attacking. So yeah, I mean, this can get out of hand real quickly, especially if you have multiples of them. If you have like 2 Quash Rich Tuskers, you can first buff up the first one, and then have that combined attack, give the combined attack of both of the Quash Rich Tuskers to a third troop you have into play. So that's pretty good. What are we doing here? What are we doing? Yeah, we just got to play out our vampire prince, right? I mean, we're already kind of losing the race here, but at least we'll be able to gain some life back. Plus, maybe, I'm not sure, but maybe he'll be afraid to attack into it with his Quash Rich Tusker. No, he's not at all. All right, so now the question is, do we kill off his Quash Rich Tusker, or do we keep our vampire prince to gain some health? I think we need to keep it for now. I think we do. So let's yeah, let's just skip. Yeah, it ain't pretty, but you know, sometimes There's nothing you can do. So now he has the second Quashwish Tusker, so this is gonna get scary pretty quickly. Let's hope we find something. So that's not what we were hoping for. So now the question is, do we play out our Royal Stork? I think we basically have to. I think we have to. Yeah. Alright, so let's play out our diamond. And then we'll play oh, you know what? Let's see what we get. Let's, oh, no, 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 no. I'm sorry, I thought this was a Cerebral Jacket. Let's just play out our Royal Stork. And then, uh, we don't want to block with our Royal Stork next turn, because if this gets to connect, not only does it get buffed by the passive, but we also get a 1/1 troop, which is then copied. So that would be pretty good to have those as jump blockers. So I guess we're just not doing anything, because we need to have something to block that Quashridge Tusker. So even though we tried to make a quick start, we're a bit slow for this champion, for this opponent. So now at least we get to yeah, you see. So now the baby Yeti is at 7 attack now because of the Quashridge Tusker. So we need to get that out of our game. Hey, Pussy. Yeah, and then we yeah, what are we doing here? This is not great. I think we have to play the Cerebral Jackhead, see what we get. For those of you who don't know, you can just double click a card to activate its ability. You don't need to, you don't need to go here and then click the ability there. You can just double tap the card itself. So what do we throw away? I guess we throw away the blood shard. We already have enough blood. And then I guess we play out our diamonds, so that if we get a double diamond threshold troop, we can play it out next turn. And then we play out our Her Majesty Queen Grace. Do we have anything on our troop? Yes, sure we do. We can bring back our Vampire Prince, which is really great, because it's at 0 cost. So we'll play that out as well. And then we will hit him with the Royal Stork, so that we connect, and we not only buff our Royal Stork, but we also get a 1-cost troop and a copy of it. That's great. So what do we get? We got a Sepulchra Maggot. When you play this, summon a copy of it for each troop. You can each troop that died this turn. All right, so nothing died this turn, so we're not getting any more copies, but that's fine. All right, all right, all right, all right. So what are we gonna do here, guys? So he's attacking with the Yeti for 5 damage. We really cannot take 5 damage. So either we chump block it, or yeah, we chump block it, or we use all of our ready troops to block it and kill it. But then he could have a trick up his sleeve. The AI doesn't seem to be really into combat tricks that much, but I don't know. This seems would be a really good moment for him to have one. So I think we're just gonna chump block this guy right now. All right. Ah, you see, he had a burn. He had a burn in hand, so he had to deal 2 damage to target a champion or troop. So if he would have played that as a combat trick, he could have killed all my guys, and I wouldn't have killed him, which would have been disastrous. So and we drew a Kiss of the Princess, which is a card that comes from campaign. I believe it's the frog. Level. Or game, you know, where you where there's an enchanted princess and she's turned into a frog, and you need to revert her, and that's how you get this card, if I'm not mistaken. And it says at the start of the game, if this is in your hand, reveal it, then summon a random human with cost 1. So it wasn't in our hand at the start of the game, so that's irrelevant. But what is relevant is target troop gets +2/+2 and life drain. Well, we can use a little life drain, but our Royal Stork already has life drain. Yeah, I think we're just gonna try our luck with the Cerebral Jackhead. See what we get. Ah, that's much better. All right, so let's get rid of this Star Sphere. I'm not really Not really feeling it today, so let's just play out our Vampire Princess. Yep, that sounds good. Let's play out another shard. You know what? Actually, I should have played the Star Sphere, see what we got, but no use crying over spilled milk, so we'll just play. I guess we'll just. Um, yeah, I guess we'll just play it on our Her Majesty Queen Grace to get some of that sweet life gain in, and then we'll hold back the Sepulchra Mega to block the Baby Yeti Witch. Oh, and here we go! Wow, that is that is a really good hit. That's probably the best hit that you can get. So this is Hero Full Uncommon. It's a one. It's a 4/4 for one. One cost. It has lethal, and the reason why it has such crazy stats is because of this line. As an additional cost to play this, sacrifice 3 troops. So that's pretty difficult to do. Uh, Actually, you could only really do this, I guess, with Dreadling decks. So to get this for free and have it be copied is I don't think you can hit a better card than that. So thank you, Kismet. Alright, what is he going to do? He's not going to do anything because he knows that he's dead. Alright, so now we're really going to steamroll him really quickly, I think. We got a 1-cost Vampire Prince. Yeah, it's going to be really difficult for him to get back from this. So, you know what? Let's activate our Cerebral Jackhat just to see what we get. We get another Royal Stork and a Lady Cassandra. Wow, this is pretty good because the Lady Cassandra has speed and it has +2/+2 for each king, prince or princess you control. And we have each queen as well. Let me see. King, queen, prince, and princess. Yeah, so for the whole family, we have one queen and we have a princess. So this will be a 7/8 with flight and speed. So let's play that one out. And let's just kill him, right? I think he can't do anything about it. All right, guys. We're in a winning what do you call it? Winning vibe. Obviously, this is just the first tier or the second tier, I should say. But you know, here we go. Oh, baby, me and you. We got a follower. Yay! Thank you so much, follower. I have to see who it is actually that followed, because I can't see it on my screen here. Ranzino88, thank you so much, man. Appreciate it. Awesome. All right, so they're sending the elites after us now. So I think they got the message that we cannot be messed around with. We got our vampire royalty with us, led by our bishop Elijah. Yeah, let's do this. Let's dive in. Battle champion. All right, what is he gonna bring us? Dread Technomancer Elite. So the Dread Technomancer was rare, I believe. That was a 1/1, and then if you had 5 or 6 artifacts in your crypt, it got +5/+5 or something like that. So let's see if it has a similar powers as a champion. So this is a 26 health champion. It has a basic charge power. So basic again, it means that he can only use it on his turn, not on our turn. And for a Sapphire Threshold and 3 charges, he needs to have a Sapphire Threshold, and for 3 charges he can do the following. Robots you control get +1 attack for each underworld troop you control this turn. While you have 5 or more artifacts in your crypt, underworld troops you control have +1/+1. At the start of the game, summon an underworld recruiter. Alright, and the underworld recruiter is a PvE card, which is pretty good, because it's a 2/1 for 2 that says your underworld troops in all zones have cost -1. So that can really, is almost ramp, you know. They can really snowball their troops into play. They chose to go first, so we need to decide if we keep our hand. We have one diamond shard, which is not great because we need more than that. We have a kiss of the princess, contract killing, some removal, some card draw, the spectral acorn to thin out our deck and draw another card. We have our Lady Cassandra and our Her Majesty Queen Grace. Let's replace this hand because I don't want to get stuck on shards. This is a bit of a tricky hand. It's not my favorite hand, but we do have the shards. We got the rare shard here, with which we can look at a random card in our deck and choose to put it on top of our deck if we want to. We got the Cerebral Jackhat, which will allow us to draw 2 cards and then discard 1 card. We have the Spectral Acorn, which draws a card, and then we have our 2 Her Majesty Queen Graces. I think we can make it, so let's try. Alright, well F10 there. Alright, so obviously he puts in the Underworld Intruder right away, so that way he can put his other troops into play more efficiently. So always first play out the Spectral Acorn. You never know what you might get and how it might influence your decision making. Yeah, we'll play out the Blood Shard, because that way if we get another Blood Shard we will be able to play our Vampire Prince on turn 2, which would be good. And otherwise, if we don't, we'll play our Her Majesty Queen Grace. Alright, so we did not take advantage of the fact that that he could bring an Underworld troop in for -1 cost, but he chose to play a Malevolent Machinations, which is a life drain action, deals 2 damage to target opposing champion or troop for each different Underworld race among troops you control. So it seems like he kind of jumped the gun on this one, right? Because I would have waited, if I was him, to have a few more troops into play and then play the Malevolent Machinations. So not really sure about that line of play, but that's we'll take it, obviously. So what do we do here? We could play the Cerebral Jackhat and then draw 2 cards and hope that we get a Blood Shard so that we can play out our Vampire Prince next turn. Or we play out our Majesty Queen Grace. I think we're actually going to go for the... Seeing as he didn't really put... I mean, if we would have put 2 troops into play, we might be more focused on having something to block with. But seeing as he didn't do that but chose to play the Malevolent Machinations, I think we have time to draw some cards. So let's do that. Oh yeah, so now he's gonna pay, because I have a Contract Killing in my hand. This is a basic action, void target troop. The equipment that we are running says gain +1 or gain 1 temporary resource, and at the start of your turn, if this is in your hand, it deals 2 damage to you. So normally I might keep this for scarier stuff, but the Underworld Recruiter is actually pretty scary because it can bring a lot of troops ahead of curve into play. So let's just do that. It's a shame that we won't be able to use our temporary resource, but I'm okay with that. I think my cat opened the door, so I'll just quickly close the door. Alright, excuse me for that. So, continue to opponent's main phase, yes. Bring it on, Dread Technomancer. Alright, so he played, that went really quickly. He played a Bitter Dread. Conscript an Underworld troop with cost 3. The created card gets, at the start of your turn, summon Dreadlings equal to this troop's attack. Alright, but where did the card go? I'm not so sure. Oh no, of course he only created it, but he didn't put it into play, so that's fine. We still didn't draw a blood shard, and we really do need one. So I guess we'll just activate our Cerebral Jackhat. We still don't have one, but it's okay because I think we're gonna get rid of the Her Majesty Queen Grace. We don't need 2 of them, and I do like my other cards. So what we're going to do is we're playing out the Shard, and then we're going to play the Royal Stork. Yeah. So now our Vampire Princess and our Vampire Prince are 0 cost and 1 cost, which is obviously fantastic. Especially because when we play the Vampire Princess, our Vampire Kings will be 1 cost, I believe. Yeah, they have -3, so that will be 1 cost. So we just need our Blood Shard, and then we're pretty good. All right. Yeah, what is he doing? He played a Valfang Aramite. So this is a Venom 1/4 for 3. When a spider enters play under your control, this deals 1 damage to each opposing champion. Gain health equal to the damage dealt this way. So this is a pretty good. It's a pretty good card. You might not think so, but it is. So we have to watch out with this one. At the start of your turn, summon Dreadlings equal to this troop's attacks. Okay, so this was the conscripted card he got from Bitter Dread. That's a really good conscript for him because he's playing. I mean, he's playing a Dreadlings deck. He's got the Jurgen Workshop up, which is a constant that says at the start of your turn, summon a Dreadling for each different Underworld race among troops you control. Well, the Venom are one of the Underworld races, so he's getting one at least next turn. And we're still stuck on a. We need a blood shard, because as soon as we have a blood shard, I think we're pretty much set. So yes, and there we go. All right. So what do we get rid of? I think we're actually gonna get rid of the other Majesty, Queen Grace. I mean, she's not doing that much for us. So now we're going to be able to empty our whole hand in one go, which is obviously a lot of fun. So now we're going to play out our Vampire Princess, which gives -3 to our Vampire Kings. The Vampire Prince was already buffed by was already reduced in cost by the Royal Stork that we have. So here's our whole little family. And then we can even bring in Her Majesty Queen Grace. You know what? Let's do that. Let's not make the same mistake we did last game. Oh, but we cannot actually play it. That's a shame. Alright, well, we'll just attack with our Royal Stork and see what we get. And this time, oh yeah, we got 2 Storm Drummers, which is a 1/1 with a Prophecy deploy. Prophecy again is something that happens to the cards in your deck. The next troop in your deck gets deployed. You may have this battle target opposing troop. So that's a pretty good one, and we have 2 of them. So I'm happy with that. Ooh, that was nasty. So he just played, what's it called? Underworld Oppression. It's a basic action that says opposing troops get -1/-1 for each different Underworld race among troops you control this turn. And seeing as he controlled only 1, everything got -1. So, I mean, it's not the best use of that card, to be honest. You should have held on to it a little bit longer. I guess they're just scared of us. So now we can easily block this because he has no more resources, so we don't need to worry about him using a combat trick. So let's do that, and we'll pass the turn. Seems pretty good. All right. So now we're gonna play Our Lady Cassandra as well. So this is now gonna go really quickly because we have a load of kings and princesses on the board. Let's play that out. That's a 9/10 flyer with speed. Everything is flying. They cannot block. Everything has life drain. So and we're getting actions. Wow. So if you're wondering what just happened, the Vampire Princess, as we just said, reveals a random card from our opposing champion when we deal damage, and if it is an action, gets transformed into a Vampire Kiss, and we get it. So that didn't happen, but our Vampire Kings have a similar ability. When this deals damage to an opposing champion, reveal a random card from their hand. If it is a troop instead of an action, transform it into a vampire and put it into play under your control. A vampire is this gorgeous 2/2 flyer with life drain. So yeah, pretty good. None of that hit, by the way. But we did get two 1/1s because of our Royal Stork connecting with the champion. Alright, so I think, yeah, he's going to attack with everything, but we don't really care about that. I'd rather have my troops, to be honest. Alright, Windboard Ascension, so now he gets to, what was that? So that was a visual bug, so actually this is a prejudice. It's a constant. At the start of your turn, if you control an Underworld troop, each opposing champion discards a card. Well, that's a bit late because we already have all our threats into play. So what is going on here? So this looks like a Kiss of the Princess, but it's actually a Windborn Ascension. Windborn Ascension is a 1-cost quick action that says conscript an Underworld troop with cost 3. The created card gets flight. So that's a pretty good action. Alright, we're going to end opponent's turn and we're going to swing in for lethal. Let's do this. Hoppa! Alright. Okay, I think it's time for the boss battle. Yeah, we got a gold pouch, and it's His Majesty King Gabriel. All right, okay, bringing in. It's gonna be a royalty against royalty. All right. You know, there's nothing as worse than a fight among royalty. So let's do this. Ooh, I like those sleeves. I haven't seen those before. Well, we'll check them out later. Would we like to go second or first? Well, that depends. Let's have a look at their champ powers. So His Majesty King Gabriel is 30 life health, pretty much. It's a lot. I mean, and with 2 diamond thresholds and a 6 charge cost, he can do the following. Summon Bold Heart. He gets must attack. While you control a Bold Heart, prevent all damage that will be dealt to your champion. And Bold Heart is this big dog or a wolf, I think. Yeah, a great wolf it is. And it says prevent all damage that will be dealt to His Majesty King Gabriel's you control. Because His Majesty King Gabriel is also a card. It's a 6 cost 4/4 steadfast that says deploy summon a Bold Heart. So it's quite slow. So I mean we don't really care that much if we go first or second, but if we get to choose, I guess we'll go first. Alright, so what do we have? So again we get 1 shard, which is not ideal. We'd rather have a few more shards, so I think we're throwing this away. I mean, for the rest it's good, you know, we got some removal, we have some card draw, but we have a threat. But let's replace it anyway, because I don't want to get shard screwed, or what do you call it? Drought. Not much better, to be honest. Might be actually worse. Let's replace it again, I guess. Alright, well at least we have two blood shards, but now we have a handful of vampire kings. Let's give it a shot. Let's try. Alright, so what does Hogarth say? For defeating the previous challenge, you will start the boss fight with 5 extra health. Alright. Alright, sure. If you think that you can get away with giving us 5 health and winning at the same time, I doubt it, but, you know, your call. Alright, pass the opposing turn, we can't do anything anyway. So he played a Palamedes, which is also a champion. Inspire as another troop with cost equal to or greater than Palamedes' cost enters play under your control. That troop gets +1/+1. Okay. So we got an Inspire deck perhaps, yeah? Oh yeah, let's have a look at these sleeves. I have not seen these yet. Ren's Stronghold sleeve, awarded through account leveling. Wow, this is the first time I'm seeing these. Pretty cool. Kind of looks like a Disney World or something like that. Alright, so first of all, play the Spectral Acorn, see what we get. Okay, that's pretty good. We can use that. So now we can play out our second diamond shard, blood shard, and play the Cerebral Jackhat. Activate that bad boy and see what we get. Alright, well that's okay, that's good. Let's get rid of our Majesty Queen Grace. We don't really care that much about her, to be honest, and we don't have any blood or any diamond shards anyway. So yeah, let's just see what happens. Alright, yeah, we'll pass the turn. There's not much we can do anyway. And he's not doing anything either, so okay, that's good, I guess. Then we're gonna activate our Cerebral Jackhat, because I would like to have a shard, to be honest. We're not getting one. What do we keep here? I guess we want to keep the Spirit of Retribution, because we can cheat it into play when the opponent attacks. I guess we'll get rid of the Kiss of the Princess. We couldn't even play it if we wanted to, and we already have Life Drain from all our vampire family peoples. So yep, let's just play the Vampire Prince and we'll pass the turn. Of course, we could pop the Spectral Acorn, but I'd rather not use it at this point in the, you know, it's a boss battle, of course, but it's a boss battle of the 2nd tier, and we still have 2 full tiers to go. And yesterday we really were in a pinch at one point, where I was very happy to be able to pop the Acorn. So let's hold off on that for now. Alright, so then we we cheated the Spirit of Retribution into play. And now he is playing a Kraken Guard Sea Priest. It has an Inspire ability as well as another troop with cost equal to or greater than this troop cost enters play under your control. Obviously, that troop gets 0 plus 2. Okay, so this is a defense buff. So now anything that is cost 3 or above gets +1/+1 from Polymedes and +2 defense. That said, I mean, we're mostly flyers, so we're not really worried about that too much. I guess we'll have to activate Cerebral Jacket again because we do really need a shard. Ah, there we go. Alright, so what are we throwing away? We have the full hand of Bamba. This is quite the family here. We do want to have the removal. I guess we'll throw away the Kiss of the Princess. We couldn't play it if we wanted to, and I think it's it's obviously the least strong card on its own right now. So let's get rid of that. Play out our Vampire Princess. Do we keep our contract killing? Yeah, we'll keep our contract killing. And we'll just attack with the Vampire Prince. And we just discarded one of the good tropes. Ah, it's a shame he has the arrow because I wanted to show you the art. This is the alternative art version of the Cerulean Mirror Knight. But it's bugging out, so forget about it. Lionel Flynn. Alright, another champion. Lionel is also a champion. So this is also an Inspire troop, so he's definitely playing an Inspire based deck. It's a 3/1 for 2 that says, as another troop with cost equal to or greater than Lionel Flynn's cost enters play under your control, that troop gets +3 attack. So now it's getting pretty tricky, because now if he puts something into play, they're really buffed. So I think it's time to use our contract killing, and then we'll also use the temporary resource we get to play out almost our whole hand. So we're gonna kill off Lionel Flynn. I think that's the scariest one. We'll have 5, and then we can play out the Vampire Princess. Oh, I didn't know that stacked. Okay, so now we can play out everything we have. So Vampire Princesses give -3 to your -3 cost to your Vampire Kings. Apparently that stacks, so we got the whole family together now. Let's get in there, guys. Do some damage. Hoppa. Yep, we will. Oh, that's a shame. Okay. Bring to justice. Well, yeah, go ahead, man. I mean, we got enough vampires for days. Okay, so now he's. Oh, what is this? What is this? Is this his champion power? No, it's not. So how does this work? So he has a basic action that says summon a random troop with Inspired and draw 2 cards. Seems pretty good. Alright, so he draw the Cerulean Mirror Knight. Ah, this time we get to see him, but this is not the alternative art. So as another troop with cost equal to or greater than this troop's cost enters play under your control, that troop gets Deathcry, draw a card. So this was I remember this being a really valuable card. When I just started out, like just before set 3, this was like I don't know, it cost like $5 or $6, which was one of the more expensive cards at the time, as far as I remember. Obviously not counting Reese's and Vampire Kings, but it was up there. Okay, so now we get the resource. I mean, we don't really care about the resource anymore, obviously. I guess we'll play it out just so we have a diamond threshold, and we can use our charge power. We'll get this in there, and then if he tries to kill one of our royals, we can give them invincible. So we'll hold back the Spirit of Retribution because it doesn't have any attack anyway, and then we'll go in there for what is it, 10 damage or something. Ah, so now did you see that? So the Vampire King apparently hit a troop, a Lionel Flynn. Not only did our opponent lose his Lionel Flynn, but we got this this great vampire here. So that's pretty good. Let's see. Was this the Vampire King as well? Yep, we did it again. And then we hit 2 shards with the other Vampire King and the Vampire Princess. So, or with the 2 Vampire Princesses, I mean. So a pretty good score there. And I doubt that he's going to live to see another turn. after the next one. Alright, sure. Decree us. So decree is it's a 2-cost constant that says void target opposing troop. When this leaves play, though, put each card voided by it back into play. So back into play. So you can play around with that sometimes. Ah, so he managed to activate uh, his champion power, and that's not so good for us because now he has a bold heart, and bold heart reads prevent all damage that would be dealt to His Majesty King Gabriel you control. Deathcry, draw a card, and obviously this His Majesty King Gabriel is not a card but a champion power, but the champion power has the same line. While you control a bold heart, prevent all damage that would be dealt to your champion. So now we couldn't kill him if we tried. Um, so what we need to do is just hold back and let him attack into us because he needs to attack, must attack, and then we'll kill it, and then we'll kill the champion afterwards. So yeah, we'll just skip the turn. No use exhausting our troops if we cannot deal damage anymore. Alright, come at me. Yep. Okay, so now what are we gonna use? I guess we're gonna use a Vampire King because it has 3 attack. And we're gonna, we will be using our Her Majesty Queen Grace to give it invincible. I guess we'll have to, I guess we'll use the Vampire Princesses because they have 3 health, so that way you can't kill them all. So we need to have 4 troops because otherwise we won't kill him. Then we'll press block, but then before we deal damage, we'll give invincible to our Vampire King and have him kill that. Not sure why he didn't kill any of our troops there. That seems weird. Seems weird that he didn't kill any of our troops, but maybe that's because oh yeah, so that's it. So because this is invincible, he's doing all his damage to the Vampire King, but it's not getting through. But that's a bit strange. He should have sequenced the damage differently. Alright, and now we're getting in there and finishing him off. Finish him! Hoppa! You're going down, 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 down. Alright, so that's our tier, guys. We get the rewards, we got a perfect tier, we got the energy going, we know we can win, we know how to win, so now we just need to win 10 more times. Lyrical Chanter, bring it on, baby. Bring it on.